Boa noite.
Hello.
You're quick, Marina.
I thought this is my chance to speak a little bit of Portuguese in this interview.
Oh, that's sweet. Go for it.
No, 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 no.
You can speak all the Portuguese you want. If feel free. How
I'd
is
love to
everything?
hear your voice in any language, Marina.
Aww.
How is everything with both of you?
Really good.
Yes. Oh, good. Busy, productive day over here. That's always nice.
Very good. And we can start. And, I'll start probably with Marina anyway. When did you girls start thinking about the new album, Femme Fatale?
We started thinking about a new album possibility already a very long time ago. I think right after the first one was released.
Absolutely.
The following year, we were already like, what are we going to do next? Are we going to cover? Should we have original songs? And that's when we started. Yeah.
Anna, you obviously have co-written, some of the songs, some of the original songs on this album. Did you start thinking about writing them right away as well, or it took a bit more time to think about that?
Yes, I think Marina and I even passed around like ideas for songs in 2019 because we were hyped. We wanted the second half record to happen, and we wanted original songs on the record too. So that started back then, definitely. And it really got serious when we had the change in record labels and when Napalm agreed on or took on over the name Exit Eden. So that's when it really got serious, and we really sat together. And I also got together with our producer, Hannes Brown, and started really working on the new ideas.
Yeah. And obviously, Exit Eden was a four-piece band, so to say, and now you girls are going on a trio. When did you realize that Amanda couldn't, be in the band anymore because she has kids and, she couldn't be? When did you realize that was not going to happen?
Well, I think that got concrete once we started. We had a label change, and we started the negotiations for this new album and how things would go from there on, because many things changed, in our contracts and how the project was supposed to go forward, and there was more live activities back then in mind, and that was the justification. That's why Amanda thought, this will probably be something she can't really be a part of anymore, because she needs to, prioritize her projects as well, since she is a mom and has limited time for that. So, yeah.
Very good. And, one of the things about, the first record was just covers, and mainly, pop ones. On this one, the covers that you have, you go a bit more harder, so to say, because you have like Alice Cooper and Journey songs on it, hard as well. Was that like intentional in a way of choosing, a few heavier bands instead of just pop artists?
Yes, definitely. We also wanted to come away from, or get away from they cover funny pop songs and put them into a nice symphonic metal style, which kind of was the motto of the first record. We wanted to be more seen as a mature, credible band, and choosing these covers that really work well in the symphonic metal style, which also had a darker vibe to them, each other, or to themselves as a song. This definitely helped the whole idea. We had to have like a whole album that's like a round piece of art that fits together, and it's not like kind of put together from totally different styles.
Yeah, we didn't want to become a meme band.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they turn every pop song into symphonic metal.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And
Although it was tempting in the beginning. I had
It
lists
was
of
very
songs,
tempting.
which was like, oh my gosh, we should try that. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so funny.
Yes,
But
yes.
but it's interesting, for instance, like the Pet Shop Boys cover of It's a Scene. It's one of the songs that, some metal bands already did versions of it, but you ladies gave a new twist into it, keeping to the original because it's a great song, and really you cannot make it completely different. Otherwise, we would never forgive you if you did.
right, exactly.
Exactly. And I think this song in particular is already so metal. If you listen to that melody, I mean, it's asking for a metal version.
True.
But when it comes to the time to pick up the covers, we will talk about the originals in a bit. But when it came time to pick up the covers, how was that decided? Obviously, it had to be songs that everyone would agree to sing as well. A song that everybody would enjoy. How you guys came to terms to pick up, those songs like the Pet Shop Boys one, The Journey, Marillion, Alice Cooper, Heart, for instance? How did that came about?
We kind of left this decision to the main decision to our producer, Hannes Braun, and also the label had a couple of ideas that they were like passing back and forth. I did have some ideas, which was like, oh, this would be interesting. But I think once it was really chosen and really was like, okay, let's do this, we were all really cool with the ideas. And we're like, oh, yeah, that's great. That's a good idea. Let's do that. So like from my point of view, there wasn't anything that I needed or wanted to have changed from the decision that was kind of put down in the end.
Yeah. So I think it's good to experiment anyway, even if you didn't think about a certain song in the beginning, but to try to sing it after it's presented to you can be a good challenge as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think I don't think it's it's for sure that our producer Hannes Braun, he, as Anna always says, he's a great talented musician who can visualize things, sounds before they happen. So I think he already had that in mind. Also when it comes, he knows our voices. He had already worked with all of us separately, and he has a good idea of the key, that we would feel more comfortable in, or where our voices would shine more. And yeah, so I don't think he was shooting in the dark at all when he decided or made the arrangements for these songs.
Cool. And Anna, let's talk about the originals, because you had an important part in co-writing, them with Hans. How long did it take you to get those songs done? When do you start really digging deep into writing those original songs?
Oh, Marina was part of the songwriting process too. So I think
one song.
only one song, right? But it's so hard for me to put down the time. It's like it melts into the years, kind of melt into each other. I can't even remember if it was 2019 or 20 when we started. I think it was something like that, honestly.
Super long ago.
Yeah. So, I also remember Marina and I thinking about ideas. I don't know if I said this already before in this interview or if it was the last one. Oh my gosh, that we were like, okay, that because we were like writing or memoing song ideas back and forth for what could original songs, what they could be. So we were really into that process too. And when it got serious with Napalm as our record label, Hannes and I sat down. I actually started with some demo productions with some crazy songs where he was like, "Oh, this does not sound like X and Y." I was like, "Hey, I like it." It's like, well, no. But some were very, he saw something in the song and worked on it, or he wrote songs starting from like Elysium, starting from his own ideas. And then mostly I wrote the lyrics to them as well.
Cool.
And I remember that when you guys called me, because you knew I was interested in writing as well. And I remember Hannes or you called me, and there was like a week to start productions. And Hannes was like, "Okay, do you have anything? Now is your chance to send over." And then Yuri and I sat together and just like vomited ideas, sent like, I don't know, 5 demos. And actually the one that ended up on the album is, I think, the one we did the fastest. That was like
God.
1 hour in front of the computer. The chorus is literally the first thing I sang.
Oh, wow. But there you go. Sometimes that's just the best, the first idea. I mean,
Yes. Sometimes those are the inspirational ideas. I totally have that when I'm writing my own stuff, that sometimes it just works from the go, and sometimes you need to tweak it for months. But yeah.
So Marina, it was good to have that pressure by the producer to say, "What you got?"
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's now or never. Send me your idea.
You know, it's so weird because sometimes you're like, you know, it's happening and you know you could or should sit down for it, but then there's so much other things going on.
Yes.
And then
It's
sometimes
super
you do need
unfortunate.
this. Okay, what do you got next week?
Yeah. Sometimes we need a deadline.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, if you don't have a deadline, you just look on the internet of memes of cats and you waste your time looking at them. That happens to me a lot anyways.
Yep.
But we were talking about obviously memes and stuff, but more seriously, was important, you know, to have the original songs just to show to people that you're more than just a cover band, that you're able to have your own material, and probably maybe the next record could be just original material. Are you girls thinking about that?
I think I like, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I'm thinking. I already started having, some thoughts about a next album, and I don't know. I could see that the ratio could either stay the same or increase the number of original songs. But that's just me.
But I intuitively agree. I wouldn't cut the covers
Right.
totally because it's kind of the thing we started, and this would be the 3rd record. It doesn't have to change completely yet. But to really maybe cut or have a different ratio, that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you already have like covers that you haven't done yet that you would like to do that you think would fit Exit Eden?
Oh,
I have one I would love Marina to sing, but I can't say it here.
Is it the same one I'm thinking about?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
Is it a song that almost maybe it was one of the choices for this album?
Was it? It's not, and it wouldn't be English. It would not be
No.
the English
No.
language.
It's
Is
a
it the one
Spanish
you're
song.
thinking? Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we're thinking about the same one. Yeah, I would love for that song to be on the next album.
Oh, me too.
But we can't really spoil it because it might actually be on the next album.
But you need to remember this, and then for the next interview for the interview for the next album, we can reveal it.
Exactly.
I will make a note on the phone, and when the next album is out, I'll say, "Well, remember last time we spoke? So is the song on the albums?"
That would be so funny.
Absolutely. Well, if there's a Spanish song, it's probably that one.
You're right. Not saying that it's the only good Spanish song. I mean, there are a lot.
And speaking Spanish, there is a song in French, Desenchanté. Who came up with the idea for to make that cover? Because if you didn't have the cover, I had no idea who Mylène was, and I did some research now and realized that she's actually a very good artist and singer as well. So who came up with the idea for that cover?
I think it was the producer with Napalm and Clementine, right? I think it was.
The thing is, Clementine never even she didn't even have the idea, so she was actually really, really happy when this song was on the.
Really?
Yeah, when this song was on the "We Could Also Cover This Song" list, because there was a cover version that was successful in Germany. Definitely, I remember that. And for Clementine, it was super special because she really adores Mylène Farmer and was really a great fan when she was a child and maybe even still. So this was kind of a coincidence. It was kind of a lucky choice of our producer, and the label also liked the idea, and it was very special to Clementine as well to sing this song in French, because she told me in the studio she's never really sung anything in French yet. So that was definitely really special.
Yeah, but I get Jorge's like why he wondered, because I also had never heard of this song before. So I think it's a geographical problem, because in Brazil, as I'm assuming in Portugal also, that this song is not known whatsoever.
No.
So I was like, what is the song? And then I learned that also in Germany and the Netherlands, it's like a super hit. Everybody knows it. They were like, are you crazy? You don't know this song? I was like, no, I don't know. But yeah, I think it was just like a localized hit that didn't hit certain parts of the globe, but it was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember one song in French, Voyage, Voyage.
Right. Yeah, that one I know.
Yeah, that's one that, I think it went globally. And, that probably will be one of the few French, without talking about Edith Piaf or, someone like that we probably know all the songs as well. But Desenchanté was a surprise because I had never heard of the song, and when I heard it, for me, I prefer this version anyway. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think the version really worked super well.
Yeah, and on one of the originals run, you got Marco, the former Nightwish bass player and singer as well. What was the producer again that had the idea for a duet for this song?
Yes.
Yes, but it wasn't planned from the beginning. So I remember exactly when Marina came into the studio for your vocals. And I think Hannes had written this C part where it was like, rush, get away. That part was kind of added really, really short notice to the recordings from your voice. And then it was like, he was like, oh yeah, has such a Marco Hietala vibe. This try you guys to sing this kind of in his way, the way he would do it.
Yeah,
and then
I remember this.
Right. And then it was like the first time thinking of this. And then he was like, why don't we try to get a feature with him? And it's like you said before, Marina, this was more of a like wish or joke or I don't know, dream. And that this really worked out and really happened. And the feedback has been so great. It's just amazing.
It's insane. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really cool. And, obviously, when you have a band, when you put albums out, people expect live shows. I know, obviously, because, people are in different parts of the world, busy with other projects. Is there any chance of some live shows from Exit Eden, like in festivals or something? Is there any plans, something that you can talk about, or it's a secret, or there is no secret at all?
Well, I certainly hope so. There is no secret at this point because there is nothing planned and there is nothing concrete at this moment.
Yes, we all really hope, but it's kind of our label needs to see how people are reacting to Exit Eden, if people are really still interested into a band that hasn't shown a sign of life in 6 or 7 years. So it's kind of our go-to to tell people we talk about this, to request for Exit Eden live, request for Exit Eden at the next big festival. So this is definitely gonna make it possible if people are interested in us showing up at places.
My humble personal opinion is that there is enough demand that they would just need to work for it.
I agree.
Well, you can put my name on it. You can get Anna out of it. I take full responsibility for saying this.
Right.
I 100% believe that this project should have live activities as well, and I think it would be very successful. So I 100% hope that it will happen. Yes.
Cool.
I couldn't agree more.
If live shows don't happen next year, we don't have to wait another 6 years for another record. Am I right? Or do we?
No, that definitely not.
I'm not making promises. I'm not the only one who's in charge of.
Well, I think that, let's say that there are a couple of ways this could go, but I think taking 6 years to release another album is not a possibility for me, at least. I would not like that one bit. So that's why I can guarantee from my side there will be no waiting that long.
Very good. All right, ladies, thank you very much for your time. Marina, Anna, love this new record, love the originals. I said earlier about the, going full original on the third album. I was saying that because I think the originals are really good. I understand if you want to keep the versions thing alive because it's what started the band, but I think there's a lot of potential to go full original, but it's in your hands to choose the path. And I'll be here anyway when the next album comes out. All right?
Sounds great. Yes. Thank you so much.
Hopefully it will happen in a way shorter time.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Muito obrigado. And hope to talk soon. All right?
Thank you so much. Right. Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.